wait for so long. Look at my Artem card. I have it all. Wait. Let's see. This archive. Look at this. I have almost all except for atmosphere and loving memories. I'm still doing stretching, doing this, and with you. I think this is next card. I have no idea where. Okay, so Entwined Fate. Where the heck are you? I just got it today, and I want to read it. Law from Pantry. So sleepy. I shouldn't have stayed up late to study.
先輩、大丈夫ですか？なんだかすごく顔色悪そうですけど、どうかしたんですか？
Early in the morning, you met Kiki just as you entered the pantry. With how things have been going lately, you can't help but complain to her. We've been so busy lately that I haven't studied for the junior attorney exam in a long time. I wanted to catch up on my studies last night, but I ended up staying up too late and couldn't remember anything. And I got the lowest score I've ever gotten on a practice test. Oh my god.
そうだったんですね。先輩も大変だったんですね。
Kiki sighs and empathizes with you. You're surprised that she thinks that things haven't been going smoothly for you just from your bad progress in your studies. Why do you see that?
そうなんです。聞いてくださいよ先輩。実は最近推しのアイドルの握手会チケットが全然取れなくて3連敗ですよ。
You have it rough. You gently pat her on the shoulder to comfort her. Unexpectedly, Kiki pumps her fist in the air, full of confidence.
でも私、こんなことでくじけませんから。まだ手段はあります。推しに会うためならどんな努力だってします。
What do you plan on doing?
実は最近雲海寺で夏祭りがあるって聞いたんです。仏様に誠心誠意お願いをすれば次こそチケットを取れると思うんですよ。
Is it that time of year again? Seeing your exasperated reaction, Kiki is rendered speechless.
先輩、そんな風に見ないでくださいよ。私だって他にいい方法がなかったから仕方なくですからね。あ、そういえば確か雲海寺には学問の仏様が祀られていて毎年参拝に行く人がたくさんいるそうですよ。先輩も中級試験が控えてますし、お参りに行ってみたらどうですか？
Will praying to the Star of Wisdom help you with reviewing? You shake your head at her offer. I'll pass. If I had the time, I'd rather spend it at home studying.
先輩って本当に勉強熱心ですよね。たまには息抜きしないと逆に効率下がりますよ。ってあれ、佐京先生、おはようございます。
Hearing her sudden greeting, you subconsciously look back. Artem is standing right behind you. For some reason, you feel less worried after seeing him. Morning, Mr. Wing. However, just as your eyes meet, he looks down and avoids direct eye contact. Huh?
ああ、おはよう。
Afterwards, Artem grabs a cup of coffee from the pantry before quickly returning to his office. I remember that Artem has a coffee machine in his office, so why did he need to come to the pantry? And why wouldn't he look at me just now? Did I do something wrong? Thinking of the possible answers, you grow oddly nervous.
先輩、私このまま事務所をクビにされたりしませんよね。
どうして？
だって私お寺に祈願しに行くって言ってたじゃないですか。あれ絶対聞かれてますよ。佐京さんならきっと迷信に頼るのは弁護士として失格だって言いますよ。きっと私もう終わりなんです。
So you're not the only one who gets nervous when Artem is in the room. You must be overthinking it. You're a little relieved. That's an exaggeration. Artem doesn't care about stuff like this. Don't overthink it. Let's get back to work. I still have a document I need to turn in to him in the morning. Artem's office. After rushing back to his office, Artem closes his door. He rubs his temples and sighs with a frown.
あら、あなたがそんなに慌てるなんて珍しいじゃない。何か面白いことでもあったの？
Hearing the voice, Artem looks up to find Celestine standing in the middle of his office, watching him in rapt interest.
私が当ててあげる。さっきは例の給湯室通いに行ってたんでしょ。お目当ての彼女には会えたの？
He is used to her teasing on this subject matter. Artem doesn't reply and walks back to his desk. Realizing this, Celestine puts a document folder on his desk without another word.
はい、どうぞ。前回あなたが指摘した内容を直した新しい弁護案件審査基準。問題ないか後で目を通しておいて。本当にこれでいいの？この修正を正式に公表したら、また新人が一気にハードルが上がったって泣くと思うけど。
問題ない。弁護士ならできて当然のことを足しただけだ。
Artem pays no heed to her complaints, returning to his usual tone of indifference. Having known Artem for a long time, Celestine is also quite used to his attitude when it comes to handling things.
はいはい。そう言うと思ったわ。うちの新人は期待外があるもの。別にそれでもいいわよ。あともう一つ話があるの。佐京くん、あなた去年有給を取らなかったでしょ。
去年は作業が立て込んで休みを取る時間がなかったんだ。
なら今年は？今年の有給はいつ取るつもりなの？
This year. Recalling the conversation in the pantry, Artem hesitates for a while before speaking slowly.
近々取る予定だ。
Celestine doesn't reply and Artem subconsciously looks over to her.
それを聞いて安心したわ。誰かさんのせいで彼のパートナーも仕事漬けになってたんだから。よかったわね。
Hearing the volume of Celestine's voice go up in her excitement, Artem frantically looks over to the door. It seems like there is no movement outside the door.
財前、いい加減にしてくれ。
ごめんなさい。反応が面白くてつい。休暇のことはあなたが直接あの子に教えてあげなさい。私は黙ってるから。
Celestine goes easy on the teasing since he'd admitted to it. Artem really can't do anything but to sigh every time she does that.
それでデートの行き先はもう決まってるの？休みにあの子を誘うんでしょ？
雲海寺に行くつもりだ。
Hearing the words Cloud Break Temple, Celestine's eyes grow wide.
雲海寺に行くって正気なの？デートにふさわしい場所なら他にもあるじゃない。それにあそこって確か合格祈願とかで有名な場所でしょ？甥っ子が受験前に行ってたけど。なんでまたそんなところに？あなたはもうそこに行く必要はないじゃない。
Hearing her barrage of questions, Artem only shakes his head.
別に私は参拝するとは言っていない。
あ、もしかしてかすみちゃんが最近言ってた夏祭り目当てなの？
その夏祭りって一体何のことなんだ？合格祈願とは何か違うのか？
もちろん違うわよ。それにあそこは合格祈願以外に仕事運、金運、恋愛成就、あと健康祈願もできるの。
健康祈願か。
Yes. Artem becomes thoughtful upon hearing that one can pray for safety there. A knock on the door sounds. A familiar voice on the other side of the door tells Artem that the case summary for this one is complete. It's her. Artem immediately shoots Celestine a warning look. Completely ignoring him, Celestine...
そのまま入っていいわよ。
おい、何を勝手に。
As you carry the documents into the office, you discover that Celestine is also there. Oddly enough, Artem is looking at her with a disgruntled look. What's up with them? Am I interrupting something?
いいえ、違うの。それよりちょうどいいところに来てくれたわ。今、左京くんと有給の話をしていたのよ。
Placing the documents on Artem's desk, you look up at Celestine in surprise. Artem frowns and lets out a long sigh by the side. Oh my god. Artem's vacation days?
そう。左京くんがずっと休みを取らなかったせいで、あなたもここ数ヶ月ちゃんと休めてないでしょ。だから2人とも過労で倒れるのを防ぐために私が有給を使いなさいって彼に言ったのよ。
It's true that you and Artem have been working for months on end now. He could you also use the break? Is that so? It'll be good for him to get a break too.
何人事みたいに言ってるの？あなたも休みなさい。それに彼、誰かが見張ってないと家で残業しそうでしょ？
Wait, let me pause for a while. Oh my god, Celestine, you are the best wing woman ever. Well, it was a common sight to see Artem whip out his work and start working even on team building company retreats. Oh my god, sparks. So you have no problem imagining it when Celestine said that he'll probably be working during his vacation.
だからあなたは見張り役として左京くんと一緒に休みなさい。休みの間彼が余計なことしないようにちゃんとついていてあげて。
サイゼン、何を言って。
左京くんは黙ってなさい。これは私たちのお話だから。
Celestine ruthlessly interrupts Artem. It shocks you as it's the first time you've seen anyone interrupt Artem. However, Artem doesn't seem angered by this at all. Rather, he seems to be at a loss. Wait, Celestine, taking time off together? Artem is normally with me during work. He should have more personal space during vacation.
あなたなら大丈夫よ。もう少し自分に自信を持ちなさい。ほら、雲海寺で最近祈願行事があるのは知ってるでしょ？
That event, I've heard Kiki mention it before. She even suggested for me to go there and pray to the Star of Wisdom. I don't think it will work.
あら、そうなの。でも、物は試しって言うじゃない。一度試してみてもいいんじゃないの？それにちょうど左京くんもあそこに行くのよ。一人で行くより二人で行った方が楽しいでしょ。
And make sure he's actually resting. You can tell the hidden meaning behind her words even without her saying. So that's what she means by taking time off together. It should be fun if you were just going to a club, for example. Artem, what are you going to it for? Artem has a hard time answering your question, as you are hesitating whether or not to tell him that he doesn't need to reply.
少し用事があるんだ。もし君さえよければ一緒に来てくれないか？
It must be difficult for him to talk about, so you don't press the matter any further.
ほら、左京くんもこう言ってることだし。じゃあ決まりね。ちょうど明日から週末でしょ。来週の月曜日から有給をカウントしておくから、好きなだけ休んできなさい。
Oh, okay. Going to club break temple with Artem. I should ask him what time is convenient for him after work. As soon as the office door closed, Artem gives Celestine a dark look.
さっきはなんであんなことを言ったんだ？
誰かさんに助け舟をあげただけよ。別に怒ることじゃないでしょ。こっちはお礼の一つも欲しいところなのに。それともあなたはあの場で彼女をうまく誘えたとでも言いたいの？
Knowing that Celestine is right, Artem is unable to refute.
まったく、お祭りなんて苦手なくせに。雲海寺に行くって言った時は本当にびっくりしたんだから。彼女の合格祈願のためにお参りに誘うつもりだったのね。でもせっかく二人でお祭りに行くんだから、ついでに恋みくじの一つでも引いたらどうなの？
財前、私は別に。
ストップ。あなたの予定は彼女に言いなさい。私はもう失礼するわ。デート楽しんできてね。
Not giving Artem a chance to attack her, Celestine turns to leave his office. She suddenly turns back when she reaches the door.
あ、そうそう。恋みくじを引くの。ちゃんと忘れないでね。
Before Artem can say anything, Celestine rushes out of his office and closes the door. Artem doesn't know if he should feel grateful or frustrated for Celestine's assistance. He shakes his head and opens a case of files on the side of his desk. Looking at one of the names in the case, a rare trace of sorrow flickers in his eyes.
健康祈願か。先生。
After work, you and Artem confirm the details of the trip. He says that he will pick you up over the weekend. That weekend, outside the neighborhood, you momentarily freeze when you see Artem and the car he's driving.
忘れ物の確認が済んだら出発しよう。
You were under the impression that Artem only has a black SUV. Hence why you were at a loss for words when he shows up in a sports car. Oh my god. Perhaps it is because your impression of Artem is of a strict attorney, but you can't help but find the black SUV more fitting. But now that I look at it, the sports car matches him really well too. The uniqueness of the car, along with Artem's indifferent expression, makes for a wonderful combination. How should I put it? Would describing them as cool be more appropriate? Artem clears his throat. Maybe you've been staring at him mutedly for way too long.
そろそろ出発してもいいか？
Sorry, Artem. Honestly, what am I doing? I hope he doesn't think me disrespectful. Artem's car. After buckling your seatbelt, Artem starts the car. A sports car is lower than your average car, allowing you to view the world from a completely new angle. You watch curiously as the scenery changes from the city highways to the mountain wilderness. It's been a while since I've been in the mountains. It's comforting to look at all this nature. Cloud Break Mountain is beautiful in the summer. There must be a lot of tourists, right? Artem reaches out to turn on the radio station, tuning in to the travel station of Cloud Break Mountain.
近日、雲海寺は夏祭りの観光客が殺到しています。お寺の伝統的な建築も魅力的ですが、境内にある祈願寺は今や必見スポットの一つ。多くの人が良縁祈願のために集まってきています。雲海寺の恋みくじはステラ市の新たな夏の風物詩になるかもしれません。
Huh? You can pray for marriage here too? Artem hesitates before nodding.
そうだ。実は雲海寺の恋みくじは合格祈願の次に人気があるらしい。もちろん他のことも祈願できる。
Is that so? You should know a lot.
ビッグデータセンターに雲海寺の紹介があるから確認してみるといいかもしれない。
You open the Big Data Lab app on your phone and read over its description. Before at the office, Salosin said that Artem had something to do here too. Unable to contain your curious mind, you start speculating why Artem wants to come here. He's definitely not here for the Star of Wisdom. He's already a senior attorney that designs the test. He probably isn't here for career or wealth either. As for safety, that doesn't seem likely either, which leads you to the conclusion of... So Artem is here to pray for marriage. Shocked, you subconsciously look at Artem. Marriage is the only possibility. Besides this, you can't think of anything else that Artem is missing from his life. As far as I know, there's no one younger than him among the senior attorneys, right? There must be a reason why he's still single. He must have high expectation. Kiki previously had a discussion with you about what Artem's future spouse would be like. I wonder if it's the female version of himself. Maybe someone around his age with similar accomplishments. If his prayer works, I'm really curious as to what kind of person she is.
何か聞きたいことでもあるのか?
Artem suddenly speaks, interrupting your thoughts. Ah, sorry Artem. I'm sorry for interfering with your driving. What am I doing? I've been called sorry at him way too many times today. Sorry, I won't do it again. You stop looking at Artem and turn to look out the window. For some reason, you hear a light sigh come from your side. What's wrong with him? No, he'll get upset if I turn around to look at him again. Determined not to bother Artem, you focus your attention on the scenery outside. Half an hour later, outside the window, you can see the plumes of smoke from burning incense far in the distance. That's your destination. Wow, there are so many people here. As you leave the parking lot, you encounter a sea of people. You knew that there will be a lot of people here, especially during the tourism season, but there are still way too many. Kiki really has some courage to come here just to pray for tickets. You and Artem arrive at the entrance of Cloudbreak Temple. Artem shielded you from the crowd with his body the entire way here. He always watches out for me in situations like this. It's a little embarrassing.
少しここで待っていてくれ。私がパンフレットを取ってくる。
There's so many people here. Be careful, Artem.
いいんだ。私が取りに行きたかったから。それに、すぐそこにある。
Artem points at something a distance away. You follow his finger and see several machines. Okay, I'll wait for you here. Artem nods, walking into the crowd and heading towards the digital ticket machines. Watching him leave, you begin to look around. Mountain water flows through the bamboos into a large pool by the entrance. Visitors wash their hands before entering the temple. There is a notice beside you, detailing the procedure of how one should pray at the temple. First, you must wash your hand. Then, you must burn incense, pray, and write in the wish book. Lastly, you get a wishing tag. When I was young, I only knew to pray and burn incense. I didn't know the proper procedure was so complicated. You can take your wishing tag home with you after receiving it, but must return it once your wish is fulfilled, or you can leave it in the main temple. The notice also explains every step of the praying process in detail. It looks very specific and a little complicated. How complicated? There are so many people here. It would be troublesome if I accidentally went to the wrong place. With Artem, someone who values efficiency, really moves through the crowd of people and complete each procedure. Artem returns to your side with 2 tickets while you are lost in thoughts.
待たせたな。
Oh, no, not at all. You're back really quick.
確かに人は多いが、パンフレット置き場にはそんなに人はいなかったよ。
Artem stares at your face, then gently asks you.
私が戻ってきたとき、君は何を考えていたんだ？
You are surprised at his question. Is it obvious that you're worried about something? As if reading your mind, Artem shakes his head.
君は感情が顔に出やすい。私が気づかないうちに困らせてしまったのだろう。もしかして人混みが苦手だったか？
That too, and there's also this. You point at the notice beside you. There are a lot of steps, and each step has its own process. I feel like I'll remember it wrong. The prayer probably wouldn't work if you mess up any of the steps. Besides, we have to complete all of these steps while traversing through the crowd. You prepare for Artem to reject you.
私も一緒に祈願する。だから問題ない。
You are shocked at his unexpected reply. You look up at Arthur to see a rare look of tenderness in his blue eyes.
「見たところ途中までの作法は同じだから一緒に祈願をしよう。さあ行こうか。」
After washing your hands, you walk into Cloudbread Temple with Artem. Visitors fill the temple courtyard, burning incense and praying. You and Artem picks up some incense and put it on the incense burner. Entering the main temple, a master guides you and Artem to the temple with the wish book and wishing tags. There are so many tables here.
祈願の内容によってそれぞれ机が違いますので、見間違いのないようお気をつけください。
I see. You find a table to pray to the Star of Wisdom. You glance at Artem. Look like he's found his table too.
すまない。私は少し用事があるから席を外す。ここから先は 君一人でも大丈夫だろう。何か問題があるなら。
Ever since you mentioned that you were afraid of missing a step, Artem has been with you every step of the way. For this step, it seems you two must go your separate ways for your text. Don't worry, Artem. You go do your thing. I'll be fine here alone.
ここは特に人が混んでるから気をつけて。
Don't worry. If we got lost, then we'll just meet up in the temple's backyard. I'll send you a message.
ああ、そうしよう。
After you both split up, Artem heads in the direction of another table. Looking back at him, you realize that you will always be able to find him unless he leaves this area. It must be great to be tall. I can spot Artem in the crowd with just a glance.
あちらばかり見てるとおみくじのご利益が薄れますよ。
Okay. What is up with me today? I keep staring at Artem. Under the master's guidance, you write down your wish on a wish book and pick up the tag bucket. You shake it a few times before a wooden tag drops from it. The master gives you the corresponding wishing tags. The carp leaps into the dragon's skids. Huh?
おめでとうございます。これは末吉のおみくじです。学問のくじ引きに来たということは、やはり何か試験をお控えですか？
No, I'm preparing for the junior attorney exam, but my studies haven't been going well.
そうでしたか。ですが、諦めるのはまだ早いでしょう。このくじに書かれている根芸は、普段水の中に潜み、力を蓄え、時期が来ると巨大な鳥に姿を変えます。そして大鳥は風に乗り、雲を切り、遥か高く遠くへと飛ぶことができます。今は焦らず力を蓄える時期なんですよ。
Hearing this, your mood suddenly. That sounds like a good sign. Thank you, Master. I will definitely study well for the exam. He stroked his beard and nods at you with a smile.
努力を怠らない限り、時が来ればおのずと望む結果が訪れるでしょう。お引きになられたくじは本堂に備えますか？
I'm tossing. Yes? Of course, tak ingat. I'm thinking, what is consecrate? Consecrate. Consecrate. It means make or declare sacred, dedicate formally to a religious purpose. Okay. You happily clutch your wishing tag, turning around to look for Artem. However, you find that he's already standing there waiting for you. Wow, Artem, you are already done?
いえ、私の用事が早く終わっただけだ。
Artem opened his palm to show you. In his palm, you can see a sachet with the word safety woven into it. According to the notice, you get the sachet when you pray for safety. The talisman and wish tag is placed inside the consecration. Huh? He's here to pray for safety? Why would he need to pray for safety? Is it for himself? It doesn't seem like it. Then maybe for a friend or a relative? Could it be You want to ask Artem about it, but he must have his reasons for not telling you. It's better for you not to cry. Artem came here for such an important reason. Thinking back to how you were speculating about his reason for coming here earlier, you find yourself laughable. Honestly, he came here for such an important reason and I made a mockery of it.
どうした？
Sensing that you've lapsed deep into thoughts, Artem voiced his concern. Whoa! You panic as he sees through you yet again. I'm okay. It's nothing. Sorry, Artem. Your flustered apology only makes him grow even more suspicious.
なぜ君が謝るんだ？
Nothing. Anyways, let's go hang our wishing text at the main temple. You tug on Artem's sleeve and head towards the main temple. At the main temple, you and Artem consecrate the vision text on the shelf.